It's of course customary to ring in a new year with fireworks and cheers.
Happy New Year!
But when 2020 rolled in January 1st, few had any idea the real fireworks were yet to come.
Referring or relating to
in a January that now seems like another lifetime.
President Trump and the President of Ukraine.
Headlines were dominated with President Trump's impeachment hearings. The San Francisco 49ers clawed their way into Super Bowl 54, only to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. We were thinking about the upcoming Summer Olympics in Tokyo, a sporting spectacle known for bringing people together under the flag of competition. We were soaking in the promise of a new year, a clean start. But as we went about our lives, heading to jobs, gathering with family and friends, a story about an emerging virus in a place called Wuhan, China, began to make its way from the back pages of newspapers to the front.
An unprecedented morning in the coronavirus crisis.
Plan underway to get passengers and coronavirus patients off the Grand Princess.
And we have never faced anything like this before, something that we'll all get through together.
The COVID-19 virus spread around the world slowly, then quickly, making its way to the U.S.
There is a lot of concern and a lot of questions.
The unthinkable came across the country and the Bay Area. Cities began to close up, ordering people to stay home to stop the spread.
The order, stay at home for 3 weeks.
Police departments are stepping up patrols.
Schools, businesses, churches emptied as hospitals filled.
As we cope with the new reality of social distancing.
We lined up at grocery stores to find empty shelves of paper products and food staples.
The surreal scenes keep playing out in grocery stores.
Windows disappeared behind boards.
Hi,
life and learning increasingly zoomed into the virtual world.
I have lost something. I cannot see them hug the kids.
We learn new terms: social distancing, bending the curve, herd immunity, and the newest fashion accessory, a mask.
I never thought it would be an essential thing to do.
Amid the heartbreak and hardship, we saw people rising up, pitching in to make masks, hand sanitizer, electricians delivering groceries.
Feels good to help people.
Drive-by birthday parties and graduations. With the virus spreading, the number of sick rose and the number of deaths crept into the thousands. But it was a single death of a much different kind that would change the country. On May 25th in Minneapolis, Minnesota, George Floyd died after a police officer used his knee to restrain him at the neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
His death energized a movement.
His death touched off a nationwide soul-searching over racial injustice and police brutality. Statues many found offensive toppled. Calls to defund police became a reality in parts of the Bay Area and beyond. Schools like UC Berkeley began to rename some buildings. Demonstrators united behind 3 words.
Black Lives Matter!
But the flames of outrage weren't the only ones fanned. In August, lightning strikes created a ring of fire around the Bay Area, leaving a path of devastation in their wake.
Just to see everybody that's lost their homes.
A month later, the glass fire erupted in Napa and Sonoma, destroying 1,600 buildings, including more than 300 homes.
Getting to be too much to bear.
I already thought the apocalypse is here now.
See that orange, dirty smoke that's blanketing.
Blazes so big and smoky, we woke up to what looked like burning sky.
No matter where you look in the Bay Area, orange, otherworldly haze.
Soon after the smoke cleared, the Bay Area and the nation headed to the polls.
Make sure.
Or more often, to the local ballot box in an unprecedented election.
Good evening.
We watched as the East Bay's own Kamala Harris became the first black woman to be elected vice president in an election that drew record number of voters, even during a pandemic.
Normal, it will not be.
As we waited for a cure, we learned to navigate the COVID times. Restaurants built kiosks and dining moved outdoors. Some students returned to classrooms, learning behind plexiglass and masks.
You're in it together.
But in a time where we normally give thanks, the weeks after Thanksgiving exploded with new hospitalizations with the virus, and the nationwide pandemic death toll passed 300,000. As hospital ICUs threatened to burst at the seams, hope arrived in the form of a new vaccine. In mid-December, the first sleeves in the Bay Area were rolled up as vaccinations rolled out.
It offers a peace of mind in terms of safety for my family.
It was a glimmer of hope, offering a reason to believe 2020 could end with a promise of better things ahead. A year few will be sorry to see go, but no one will ever forget. With hopes for a better new year, Joe Rosato Jr., NBC Bay Area News.